title ascribed to this Vicente Manansala painting is Woman Sewing. Inevitably, because of the subject, people may think that it is an allusion to Marcela Marino Agoncillo, the principal woman who was behind the weaving or the sewing of the first Filipino flag. That is inevitable because a flag, a Filipino flag, is not an easily accessible object in any Filipino home. It is not a ubiquitous object that is to be found easily in any Filipino home. And therefore, we have here a subject that Mr. Manansala has taken delight to. There is a distinction between analytic cubism and synthetic cubism. As we know, Mr. Manansala became famous for what has been labeled as transparent cubism. The distinction between analytic and synthetic cubism was first pronounced by Mr. Alfred H. Barr, the distinguished curator of the Museum of Modern Art. Inevitably, he had to make the distinction because the cubism done by Picasso and Braque during the first years eventually evolved into a loosening of forms. Now, analytic cubism has to do with the search for a multi-perspective point of view, which brings about a destruction or a breakdown of the image. Mr. Manansala is too much in love with the human image in particular. So this work, I would ascribe this to be traces of synthetic cubism. In synthetic cubism, there is an emphasis on the flattening of forms. There is a vanishing or disappearing of the last traces of allusions to a three-dimensional space. Moreover, in synthetic cubism, color is becoming paramount, and the idea of having a pleasing composition is also becoming very important. With color, you can see that inevitably you have the colors of the tricolor, the blue, the red, and the white, and of course, the brilliant yellow of the stars. And the stars also are not literal stars because they have become patterns that are spreading and proliferating all over the place. Also, the geometric touches here, for example, removes it from physical reality. So this is an example, an excellent example, a marvelous example of how Mr. Vicente Manansala, who is an exemplar of the Filipino, who is a genius at an adaptation of a foreign idiom and making it into a truly Filipino original style. So this is a great example of the Filipino genius at work.